All right, so this exercise is a tall kneeling elongation for a 4C, for a left lumbar curvature. So your hips start off shifted to the right of your left curvature. Your right pelvis sits up a little bit higher. And if you look at a different angle of your pelvis, you can see that the right tush kind of sits a little bit further back than the left. So your pelvis is rotated to the right. And if we look up a little higher, it's tough to see in the video, but you can see a little bit of the left lumbar curvature protruding out. So the left lumbar is kind of rotating back into the left, where the right pelvis is rotating back into the right and is a little bit elevated. So in order to get your right pelvis down, right, and your pelvis shifted from right to left underneath of the hip, and really access that left hip and kind of pull back through that left hip, you really got to get as much elongation as possible. And this exercise, you're going to get through the arms. Now, start off kind of not shrugging the shoulders, but trying to reach up with your arms. Don't shrug your shoulders, but think kind of your shoulder blades down and out, and lifting more with the head than your arms. So you're going to breathe in, reach your head up, elongating through each segment of the body, exhaling out, and staying high through the head. And let's take 5 breaths just to get long. Good, so you're lifting from here, feeling the knees into the ground. Okay. See if you can take a couple breaths and get up to my hand. Good, so the tendency will be want to push through the shoulders, but we really want kind of that turtle coming out of that shell, the shoulders down and out, and you elongating through the spine. Good. This is when you'll start to feel kind of your butt engage a little bit, like you're really trying to use your legs as a foundation. Good, and you're up there. Okay, now, you'll notice that the right hip is still elevated a little bit. So this is where we want to try to begin shifting the hips underneath of the rib cage. So we can use a bolster on the left side just to give you a little bit of reference. So go ahead, every elongation, get taller through the head. As you exhale, hold that elongation, but start to shift the hips underneath of the rib cage to the left. Good, there you go, good, pushing into the bolster. By doing that, good, you want to get more elongation with each breath in. Okay, trying to pull back at that left tush, but not at the cost of the left rib cage. So now we're about even, but I can tell you pulled back. In order to pull this back, you pulled back through here. So now we're going to want to recorrect. So stay active through that left hip. If you touch the glute, it's going to be rock solid. Okay, and now we want to focus on elongation from that position. So every breath in, drive through that left knee, through the head, exhaling. Good, and then this is where you could talk about angular breathing. Drawing that left rib in and forward. Trying to pull back through that right rib cage. Feel the expansion of my hand now. Keep it there as you breathe out. Excellent. Keep holding it. Good. As you breathe in, come off me. Come on. There you go. Keep squeezing that left tush. Stay long. She has a little high curvature. So your point of focus is going to be on the rotation at this point. Pulling that left rib back. Holding the left rib back as you exhale. Your left rib is kind of sandwiching the spine here, coming forward as you exhale. Hold. Good. Keep driving to the left. Keep pulling through that left hip. Good. Arms will start to fatigue. Okay, now the pelvis is level. Okay, still a little bit of a prominence on that left-hand side. Okay. A little improvement in that right pelvis coming down. But the more that those hips can shift left and the longer you can get, that right leg will start to seem a little bit longer. Good, one more breath. Good, and relax.